You didn't arrive here by curiosity. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. You arrived here by calling. Something inside you already knew this message was meant for you. The weight you've carried your entire life. The silent battles you never spoke about. The feeling that no matter where you go, you never fully belong. None of this was coincidence. Before people misunderstood you, God understood you. Before the world tested you, He trusted you. And if your life has felt unusually hard, it's because ordinary paths were never meant for you. Chosen lives are not given comfort. They are forged. You've spent nights asking questions no one could answer. You watched others rise while you waited in silence. You did the right things and still faced resistance. And deep down you wondered if you were falling behind, or worse, if God had forgotten you. But what if your struggle isn't proof of rejection? What if it's evidence of preparation? Stay with me. Because once you hear this, your entire journey will finally make sense. Anambiar wanuyo you are stereo ujuji ls muranambiar vuandum tevru idol filtia. God does not place pressure on souls without purpose. Nothing you went through was meaningless. Every hardship carried intention. Your struggles were a filter. They removed what could not go where you are going. Weak attachments couldn't survive your storms. Fake connections dissolved under pressure. People who were only meant for comfort seasons quietly disappeared when things became heavy. And it hurt. But God wasn't punishing you, He was protecting you. Pressure reveals truth. It exposes motives. It strips illusions. Easy lives never reveal character. Fire does. When the heat came, you didn't disappear. You didn't harden your heart. You didn't lose your soul. You transformed. You became deeper, more aware, more grounded. Heaven was watching how you handled pain without applause, and that's how God knew you were ready for more. There were seasons when your phone went silent, when invitations stopped coming, when you felt invisible even in rooms full of people. You asked yourself, what's wrong with me? But the truth is, nothing was wrong with you. You were isolated because you were different. God separates chosen ones early so they don't absorb the wrong influence. While others found comfort in noise, you were pulled into silence. And that silence wasn't empty. It was instructional. In isolation, your intuition sharpened. Your discernment grew. You learned how to sit with yourself without distraction. You learned how to stand without validation, how to walk without applause, how to trust God when no one is watching. Solitude taught you strength most people never develop. That strength can't be taught, it must be lived. This wasn't abandonment, this was preparation. Some doors closed so abruptly it shook your confidence. You replayed conversations. You questioned your worth. You wondered why sincerity still led to rejection. But hear this clearly. Not every closed door was a loss. Some were escapes. Some people couldn't walk where you were headed. Some environments would have drained you. Some connections would have delayed or damaged you. God allowed rejection because acceptance in the wrong place would have cost you everything. You weren't rejected because you lacked value. You were rejected because you carried too much. Light makes insecure people uncomfortable. Depth intimidates shallow spaces, so God removed you before they could touch what He was building. Rejection didn't block your destiny, it redirected it. NMBR 4. Yo diliwa escav eligimengi ritigian cc rat. You thought you were being overlooked. You thought you were falling behind. You watched others move ahead while you stayed still. But heaven was working quietly. Delay develops patience. Delay builds wisdom. Delay protects you from premature exposure. If God had given you everything early, you wouldn't have survived the responsibility. So He slowed the process to strengthen your foundation. What comes fast often leaves fast, but what God builds slowly lasts. When it arrives, and it will, it won't collapse, it won't fade, it won't require defending. One day you'll thank God for every moment you had to wait. Nanu mbr farmendi adepta hsqlnerdr stand. You feel deeply. You notice shifts others ignore. You sense emotions before words are spoken. And sometimes you wish you were less sensitive. But sensitivity is not weakness. It is awareness. Pain trained your empathy. Betrayal sharpened your discernment. Loss expanded your compassion. You don't speak from imagination. You speak from survival. That's why people feel something when you enter a room. That's why your words carry weight. Heaven only gives spiritual authority to those who endure fire without becoming bitter. You did. And UMBR 60 UE style because God has be perahengyo you. Look back honestly. There were moments that should have broken you. Situations that could have ended you. Paths that would have destroyed your future. Yet somehow, you survived. That wasn't luck. That was protection. God limited attacks you never saw. He blocked outcomes you never knew were coming. He allowed pressure, but never destruction. Why? Because your assignment is still active. Heaven guards what heaven appoints. So if you've ever felt different, if you've ever felt misunderstood, if you've ever felt delayed while others moved ahead, understand this truth clearly. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to rise. Your struggle wasn't a mistake. Your isolation wasn't abandonment. Your delay wasn't denial. It was confirmation. God didn't choose you because life would be easy. He chose you because he knew you could endure. And the fact that you're still standing today is proof that heaven is not finished with you yet.